let's try and see if we can get anywhere on the issue of migration. Mr. Trump says that Europe's making a mess. We should follow his lead in reducing illegal immigration, cancel offers of settlement, mass deportations, even sending people to El Salvador. Well, just start with one thing. The Labour peer that Maurice Glasman told me this week on Politics Hub that we should deploy the Navy in the Channel. Why not?
Well, what we need to do is to smash the gangs who are smuggling people across the Channel. We need to make sure the huge backlog of asylum applications...
You guys have been saying smash the gangs in this room week after week after week.
Yeah, and
this year, 20,000, record numbers, 50% up. Why not deploy the Royal Navy?
Let me also tell you what we've been saying week after week, which is that we are absolutely focused on this, but it's not easy. This is not a single switch you can flick. This is not something you can fix overnight. This is something where you have to go at every possible angle. So there's the new powers going through Parliament at the moment to give us counter-terror-style powers against these gangs. There's the work we're doing with France and Germany and other countries. There's all the work we're doing to make sure we're bringing down the asylum backlog in the UK. You need to go at this from every angle.
I'm incredibly impressed by the fact that you guys are putting in all this work. The problem is that all this work is producing record numbers coming across the Channel. And I'm just wondering whether, you know, it's time to do something new. And this suggestion of the Royal Navy, I mean, by all means say no, you think it's a mad idea, but why not?
Well, it's all the work that we're doing has also produced 35,000 people with no right to be here being deported, asylum decisions doubling, we're reducing the number of hotels being used for asylum accommodation. You know, we're making progress, but this is a big problem to crack, and it will not happen overnight.
Look, let's leave aside the issue of reform voters for a minute, because they're clearly not hearing what you're saying. Let's just think about what is happening in Epping and Diss and in Norwich. We reported yesterday over the use of asylum hotels. Shouldn't you just start? You keep saying you want to end the use of asylum hotels, but there appear to be more being used. Maybe a good way of signalling what you want to do is by closing the one in Epping, which is what the local council wants you to do.
Well, we're going to end the use of asylum hotels over this Parliament, and we've been clear that at the peak under the last government there was about 400 hotels being used. That's down to just over 200 now, and more are going to be closing in the coming months. And look, we really do understand people's frustration with this.
£6 million a day.
And it was 9 million at its peak under the Conservatives. We need to make sure we keep bringing down those costs and get on with closing asylum hotels, which we've committed to do over this Parliament.
Well, I'm just asking, what's the position on this one in Epping? Local people want you to close it. Local council want you to close it. Why don't you?
Well, look, I'm not going to comment on specific cases, but I do understand people's frustration. And whilst obviously there can never be any place for criminal violence, there's absolutely a right for people to protest about this. And I absolutely get why they're so frustrated by asylum hotels, because we're frustrated too, and we want to bring it down. And that's why it's been a focus since
But they're not the government, you are.
Yeah, and that's why it's been a focus for us.
One of your MPs this week said that the Home Office and local authorities are competing for accommodation. Home Office wants to put asylum seekers in these hotels. Local authorities want to put homeless families. Do you recognise that that might be part of the reason that there is local anger?
Well, I think when it comes to homeless families, you know, we need to make sure that we're providing more social and affordable housing and improving the quality of temporary accommodation, because we know that we've got a housing crisis in this country. We need to make sure we're doing everything we can to help people to find accommodation they need for them and their families. And that's been a huge focus of the government. You'll have seen everything we've been doing on planning reform, record affordable homes programme, investment in temporary accommodation. That's all about improving people's lives.
James Murray, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.